Right, so this is a vid. I'm just going to make a short vid on my phone here on how I store my knife collection, the folding knives anyway. There's no fixed blades in there, they're stored separately, and just sneak preview of some of the knives that I'll be reviewing. So I store them in a pelly case. I'll show you here now. Okay, so I don't know how well this video is going to come out. If we go one by one, got the Andre Deville Butcher, Microtech Select Fire. This is in 154 cm steel. Ooh, it's hard to do one hand. Just basically showing some of the knives that will come for review shortly. Benchmade Osborne, again 154 cm. Oh, it's really hard to do one handed. Emerson ETAC. Ramon Chavez 228, I think it's Redemption. The reason I bought this is because look at that pocket clip. How cool is that? It's cool. And that flies out on bearings. Sorry. Quartermaster knives. I think they call it a BA Baracus, I think it is. They name all the knives after 80s TV stars. Little cram bit. Everyone's familiar with the Sebenza. This is the 21. It's had a lot away because it's got scratches and stuff on it. I use all the knives. Strider SNG, one of the earlier versions. Full Force Alpha 1, there you go, it says on the blade, I can't remember what it was called then. That's in 440 steel, which a lot of knife snobs now sort of slag off the 440 steel, but at the end of the day it was a brilliant steel. It was a top steel back in the day. Zero Tolerance 0306, I don't know, they name these after numbers and I can never remember, but there's Zero Tolerance, the Tiger Strike blade. Collaboration with Ken Onion and next is another Zero Tolerance. Is the Hinder design one with this one actually got a custom Punisher. The original scales there, just Coyote brown one. A little custom friction folder for Damascus blade. This is a Ram Knives creation I bought of him. Very reasonably priced actually. Tad Gear, Tad Dauntless. This is probably my most used knife actually, I love it. I just wish that, I don't understand the point in having a massive finger choil here. I know you say, oh, you can choke up on it and that, but surely if the blade comes to here, you can choke up there. I don't get it. I think it's get rid of the cutting edge. Tough Knives Toad, which I bought to be pimped actually by Nutter Grinding Steel, Nutter Grinding Metal. It should go to him as soon as I get my arse into gear. Boca Quaken, beautiful knife that. Hest folder by Robert Young Pelton, I think designed that. Tanto, this has been abused actually. Cold Steel Recon 1 in Tanto. Then I've got this, I don't know, this is a present, I don't know who made it, it's a cheap, quite a cheap knife, but I love it. Present of someone. Case Hobo, which I'm not going to even attempt to get out one-handed. It's got the fork and stuff in there. A little Rough Rider slip joint, little Lagiel slip joint. Slip joints I can't really take out by hand. Kershaw Skyline, the Damascus blade. It's got a lot of patina and stuff to it now because it's been used a lot. Kershaw Emerson. This is a really good value of these. I think it's, I don't know, 30 quid or something. Brilliant value if you want an Emerson but you can't afford them. Rockstead Chi. That's a beautiful knife. I'll finish on that. Look at that. Beautiful with stingray inlays. Leatherman Juice, again, not a lot to show really. Leatherman multi-tool. Then my Swiss Armies, I can't remember this, I think it's the Fireman or something, one of the locking blades. The Champ. And these are actually my favourite model of the Swiss Army knife. It's, I can't remember what the name is now, to be honest with you. But I've got a few different ones here, Eiffel Tower one. I kind of pick these up when I go. Saint Mont Michel. These are when I went to France, obviously. And then I got one I picked up in India. It's pretty cool, the Taj Mahal. It was for the Delhi Olympic Games in 2010. Coupled with the Alox handles. I have to run through this fast because I don't know how long I've got really. A little cheap one, but I bought at Pegasus Bridge, just like a souvenir thing. I think these are called the Vulcans. These are great little knives actually, about 20 quid. Look at the blade shape, beautiful. A little Rough Rider Stockman. Another Leatherman, won't bother getting out of the pouch. Spyderco Military, left-hander. Endura. Delica, again, smaller version of that. A little UK PK Spyderco knife in orange. Right, someone's come to the door. Where was I up to? I think a Spyderco pen knife, I think. Spyderco Native in full serrations, but I don't really like serrations, but when I will carry this, I think I'm going to need them. I'll carry it with another knife because they're just shit to sharpen basically. Spyderco Cricket, which I carried a lot actually, worked for opening box. I thought it's funny how the little funny knives sometimes are great. This is brilliant for opening boxes. Cold Steel Tie-Light, sort of a throwback to the old Italian switchblades. Again, kind of never really used that, I don't know why I bought it. Anyway, SOG, can't remember the name, is Flash 2, there you go. It's quite a nice little blade actually, but I don't know, handle feels a bit plasticky and cheap. It's, don't know, it's okay. Show this one quickly. Shouldn't have that in Britain, so I don't want anyone whinging about it. Right. Not that I care anyway, but this is a Boker Birch redesign, and do you know what? This knife is more or less perfect for me. I absolutely love it. It flies out fast. I love that shape on it. I love it for just day to day. It fits an hand brilliant. It locks up brilliant. The only thing is, the detent is just shit. It's just absolutely not even existent. So, which lets it down from being probably one of my perfect carry knives. Okay. A Laguiole that my mum and dad bought me in France. I think it's a Laguiole, is it? Yep. I'm probably pronouncing that shit. If you're French, sorry. Another little cheap knife. These are presents that I keep that I can't open that one-handed. Sorry. Opinel number 8. Great little knife at a price. Honestly, if you're not into your knives, you just want a knife to carry, you can't go wrong. Opinel, it's actually an oyster knife. I can't be bothered getting it out because I can't do it one-handed. CRKT, it's one of the first knives that I ever, well, I say first knives, you bought a lot of shite when I was younger, but first decent, half decent knife I bought, which is brilliant. I just used it in Edel, hammered it, brilliant. Well, it's kind of one of them that I'll take that I'm not going to take my, you know, my Sebenza or my Microtech or something like that. It's kind of like if I lose it, whatever, be gutted, but not the end of the world. Rat one, which I've just sort of done a rock pattern on and absolutely bollocks it up, so it just gets hammered now as a user. Little Leatherman knife, some bits in it and stuff. Alright, sorry about that, interrupted again. Spyderco Paramilitary, which has been pimped by, Nutter grinding metal. He's like done an acid etch on it, acid wash, and he's sort of done this like distressed pattern on the blade. Copper backspacer, copper thing, pocket clip. 2 of the Gavin Hawk knives. One just a standard one. One with clear scales. Quite cool. Then there's a few fixed blades, and then most of my fixed blades are in another collection, separate. These are all Dirty Room knives. It's Red Path knives now, isn't it? I think, but this is when he was Dirty Room knives. Little Tanto. I put sort of a little bit of grip tape there because I had a little bit of purchase on it. I forget the names of these models, to be honest with you. Murphy there. Fixed blades. This is quite a cool one actually. I think he calls it the Schism something grind. Basically it's a Scandi grind on the flat grind, but it actually works really well. Took a little bit of a chip out of that though. Let's try and grind that out of that. Little Gavco Kiradashi, I think the name is. Little Gavco blade there, that's quite cool. Right, getting to the end now. Michael Morris little EDC 60 fixed blade. Made out of an old file there. But I kind of like this look here, where he leaves this file raw. Little sort of blacksmith knife I bought at the Buscraft show. No idea who made it. But quite cool. And then just a couple of fire steels here. That one's a Wessex blade one that he gifted to me very kindly. New York Knife Maker, I think this is called, a Toad. I think his name. New York Knife Maker. Quite a funky little neck knife. And then Scooty's Great Northern Bushcraft Conference Edale 2006 fire steel I've just got there. A few torches, can't be bothered going through them. And that's about it. So if any of these knives you particularly see and you think, oh, I wouldn't mind seeing a review of or more of, an overview, I won't say review, an overview, because I'm not going to review them, give us a shout. Thank you very much. And there's Murphy.